Welcome to a Cosmic Energy Update with multidimensional energy specialist Raquel Spencer.
Well, hello everyone. This is Raquel. Welcome. We have been going through such a deep transformation since the beginning of this month. On the full moon that ushered in March 1st, which was a full moon in Virgo at 11 degrees, which really brought forth into our awareness and into our experience those things that we needed to deal with. The next level, if you will, of things that were not aligned in our reality for what we're stepping into. And so over the last couple of weeks, you may have experienced situations, things, places, people, organizations, all kinds of different things that have come into your awareness that you've realized now are no longer aligned with where you're headed. Doesn't necessarily mean anything negative. It's just that it was not part of the new trajectory that you're moving into. And so there's been a lot of very deep purging that has gone on again. A lot of fear has been brought up, a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, a lot of emotions that have been buried that are coming again to the surface for another release, another clearing, another level of stepping into your mastery. The full moon really brought this into a heightened state of awareness. And those of us that are sensitive really felt this on a very deep, profound level. And we had to make sometimes some very, very hard choices of what we were going to continue to engage in our daily experience and what things we're ready to let go and be able to forge a new direction and a new trajectory, if you will. Because of the reorganization that has really been going on since the eclipse, and I'm now realizing even before that, many of us have experienced a period of, 3 months now of really bringing things into the awareness that needed to shift, needed to be dealt with so that we could move into a frequency alignment that is propelling us into the next wave, if you will. And when I say that, I'm talking about where you are most needed, where the alignment is. And now it's about really coming into awareness and learning how to co-create, deciding what you want to create within the parameters of the new trajectory. We are co-creators. We create our own reality. But if there's anything I've learned over the decades of working at this multidimensional level and integrating it into the physical form, is that we have our personal and human desires. And we can choose to co-create those and create them and bring them into the reality. However, if they're aligned with what we're supposed to be doing rather than human desire, they come into fruition much easier. And if we're still trying to create something that our personality and our human ego was desiring to create in the old alignment, and we're still trying to do that, you may be experiencing a lot of frustration. You may be experiencing a lot of doubt and perhaps even anger about why things aren't manifesting the way that you're desiring. And so one of the things that is becoming very, very clear, that the message for everyone is to really ask to be aligned with the truth of where you are in the new realignment, the cosmic realignment, and to in an essence, release our ego, release our own personal desires to allow the reconfiguration, the realignment to happen. Because I can guarantee you, once you align to the new trajectory of where your higher self wants you to be in service, wants you to be a part of, once you're into that alignment, you're going to have new desires. You're going to have the impulse to create within that trajectory. And that will be much easier to manifest into your reality than something you're holding on to from 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, or even 8 months ago, it might have been fully aligned. But since we've gone through this cosmic reorganization where the higher realms are realigning, putting new teams together, putting new projects in place, now that this is happening and we're coming into the final stages of this to really, I want to say, launch, which I'm being told is going to really come into play at the equinox. But this launching into the new trajectory and the new projects, the new teams, when you align with that and then put your desire, what you want to desire to actually manifest within that alignment, you're going to find it's much, much easier. So it's about actually surrendering the old ideas and the old desires and the old alliances, even if you will, really surrendering and knowing that your higher self is putting you into position for success, always for success. And it's only when we fight it, when we are in resistance to the actual shift and change, that we really get into trouble and find things much more difficult in our reality. So this is about really surrendering and knowing that once you're aligned with the new trajectory, there are going to be desires. You're going to have this newfound energy to create, to move forward, to manifest new things in your reality that are going to bring you joy, that are going to bring you happiness, that are going to bring you success. Spirit would never align you with something that was not going to serve your highest good and your highest happiness and truth. It is only the human ego, it is only the human desire that gets in the way of really aligning. And so again, to surrender the old, what you thought you really wanted, and really tap into where you are now, where Spirit wants you to align, where your higher self is directing you to be. And then once you really tap into that, the ability to create from that stream of light, that energy, that trajectory will be significantly easier than trying to create from the old paradigm and the old timeline. And so I hope this really allows you to let go, surrender, and quit beating yourself up if you're still trying to create something from the old paradigm or the old timeline, because the effort that you'd have to put in to create in that timeline is exponential compared to the effort when you're truly aligned with the new reorganization and the new teams and the new projects. And you may be saying, I don't know what that is yet. And I'm saying, I understand that. That's where we're in this window where things are finally starting to solidify. And by the end of this month, by the equinox, and as we move into that energy, it's going to become much more clear for everyone. It's like the final push of decisions and teams and alignments are finally getting put into place. And that propelling forward and that relief of really getting a firm understanding is coming. And we're at the final stage of this reorg, thank goodness, this one. That has been going on since the first of the year and really since the eclipses that happened. So just take a nice deep breath. Know that it's okay to be in a place of stillness and surrender, that it's actually necessary, and that within the next couple of weeks, the impulse, the inner knowing coming from your higher self is going to really take form in your awareness for you to then forge a new pathway, a new trajectory, a new experience within this new timeline, if you want to call it paradigm. Those are all semantics for the shifts and the changes on a global level that we as light workers have been going through. And celebrate this realignment. If we didn't go through this and we didn't make priorities and realign and put new projects and teams together, then the job would even be more difficult. So this is a time to celebrate. It's a restart, if you will, and it's definitely in the highest good for all. So just breathe into that awareness, understanding, and knowing. And trust your gut, trust your instinct, and just allow yourself to relax into this changing of the guard, if you will, and know that we're ready to really start birthing the next energy, the next project, the next timeline, if you will, for the highest good of all.